Motherfucker, you my homie, friend, and lover. Make my legs move like smuckers. Ain't got eyes for another. What we do undercover, if I could put it in the cupboard, I would starve all day to have your fine ass for something. Ooh, we all our emotions play a part. I'm only acting from the heart. I've been wondering all day what the guy put in the clay when he made the makings of you. The essence of truth. I be dreaming about it, feeling about it, seeing about it, lady. The makings of you. I've been thinking about it all day. The essence of truth, lady. Pretty motherfucker, beautiful as a mother. You covered my heart and trusted with all of my gentle touches. You'll chill up in public, you know you're my favorite subject. Your language, we learn to love it. I grip it each time we hugging. All our emotions play a part. I'm only acting from the heart. I've been wondering all day what the guy put in the clay when he made the makings of you. The essence of truth. I be dreaming about it, feeling about it, seeing about it, lady.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Good. Guys, welcome back to Real Talk with Cinthia. I am your host, Cinthia Tamayo, and I'm so excited I'm excited every week for every guest, but I'm super excited to have my guest today. B, welcome. How are you? Thank you so much for accepting my invite. How are you doing today?
For sure, I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Look we're matching. I was telling you we're matching black hoodies today.
Right, got the hoodies on.
It's kind of cold here in Salt Lake City. Well, a little bit. Usually it's colder, but I'm so excited. How's the weather? You're in Georgia, right? In Atlanta?
Yeah.
How's it over there? How's the weather over there?
It's cool now. It was cold like the previous couple weeks, but it's getting back to like high 60s, low 70s now. So
okay, that's not bad. That's
starting to feel like spring a little bit.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Well, I'm so excited to have you. Like I said, I always tell people when interview anybody, right? But people in the music industry or just anybody really in the fitness, anything, anybody who has inspiring stories. And I was obviously listening to your music all day. During the week, of course, every time I invite someone, I do my research and man, I found some really cool stuff about you. You're like, uh-oh. But I'm excited to talk to you because like I said, I'm a huge R&B head. I love soulful music. I always have, and I know a lot of people still do. I wish we had more of it now. Like I wish we could bring it back. You know what I mean? Like from back in the days. So honestly, I'm excited to talk to you because you're super talented, and I found out about you in the crypto world. I don't know if you're still in Web3. I'm no longer there, but that's kind of how I heard of you. Are you still in the crypto world or no?
Nah, not
Right?
really. It was an experience, I hope to revisit, but it's just not
Yeah.
really lined up for me right now. I don't feel like.
Yeah. No, I agree. I feel like it's like at that moment, it felt like it was kind of going somewhere, but then it kind of just it took like a right. Yeah. Maybe in the future, but I think for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But before I continue, so people who are watching right now, guys, if you guys are just tuning in, if you guys could do us a huge favor and share the live, comment, interact. If you guys have questions, we want to talk to you. But if not, or if you're back here in the replay, still let us know what you think if you guys have any questions for him. Okay. But we're gonna go ahead and start with people who maybe don't even know who you are. They're like, who is this? So give a quick intro of who B Trenton is in a summary, however you want to say it. Mike is yours.
Right. So yeah, I'm B Trenton, a singer-songwriter from Atlanta. Been around music all my life, honestly. Had some experience, in the industry, kind of stepped away for a second and was blessed enough to find, a love for it again. And, here I am, trying to revisit and just see what that new journey looks like as B Trenton.
Yeah, I love that. And that's exciting. I always like to ask people that because, people who are in the music industry, who are songwriters, a lot of the time, not always, not every story, but they start, hey, I started when I was young. And I did find something about you when you're younger. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh, man.
We'll talk. I'm going to have to show it a little bit later. But before we get there, so tell me, since you were young, so would you say, like, how did you start where you're like, okay, damn, I have a voice, like I'm talented. Like when did you, I guess, did you like sing when you were little? Or how, some people say when I was 2, I started singing. Like, how did that start? And then where did you get to where you're like, all right, maybe I think I could use my voice to bless people.
So,
take us back there.
Right. Try and keep a long story kind of short, but basically, I came up, my father was in the group. So I've been around music, you know what I'm saying? Like literally all my life since I can remember.
Yeah.
I never had really a passion for it, but when I was in that would have to be like kindergarten, first grade or something like that.
Yeah.
My teacher at the time, my godmother, rest in peace, she is the one who basically told me to, like, I could sing, or pretty much like just told me. I never heard it for myself.
Yeah.
So I was at it was around Christmas time, and we were performing, like how the kids go and perform around Christmas time.
Yeah.
We were at South DeKalb Mall, and they had a stage set up, and my parents were just saying, they walked in and they just heard this loud voice, and it was me, and I was just
it was me.
at the time I was just loud. So that kind of pushed into she always pushed me to like sing.
Yeah.
And I just started from there really. So literally since like kindergarten, first grade, and that went up to like 4th grade. I auditioned to be in the group. Mind you, this whole time I'm still not knowing I can sing, not thinking I can sing. It's just basically getting made to do it by my folks.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, did you like it? Like would you just like randomly sing? Like it wasn't. No,
I wanted to play basketball. I wanted to be, I didn't think about singing at all. I actually tried to mess up on the audition, so I didn't have to.
No way.
Yeah. I was trying to.
That's funny.
I know I ain't do good enough to get this audition. Let me go back to hooping.
You're like, I want to hoop. I want to sing.
Yeah, exactly. So didn't work out, thankfully.
Yeah.
So got into that situation. I got into that group. I was 9, so I was like in 4th grade.
Oh wow.
I was in that group from 9 to like 13, 14, like freshman year of high school, basically.
So are we talking about the 5 young men?
Yes. Oh my goodness. They're still my brothers to this day. Like I still talk to them, and
that is so cool.
them my brothers for life.
I love that. That's so cool. No, well, I mean, I guess it's only right since we're talking about it that I play a little clip. Is that
Oh
cool with
man, let
you?
me see which clip this is.
Let's see what we got here. Hold on a second. Let's see if I could pull it up. Let's see if my technology, man, I'm not great at this yet. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
Oh yeah, it's the one.
Is that the one? Yeah. I love it. Look at you. Yeah, the dance moves down. I mean, I can hear the whole thing. Listen, he's on there laughing. What are you laughing at your dance moves?
Man, no, that bring back so many good memories for real. Like,
yeah,
man, I think
I mean,
around
go ahead.
that time that was because we were signed to Loud, so I think I forgot where we was at when we shot that, but
it was like a show because prior to that, it was like this kid. I don't know what he was saying. He was being silly, and he's like, "Oh no, the real guests are five young men."
all that they had. It was
okay. That's really cool though. Now I'm sure people have told you. I don't know. It gives you kind of like the Jackson 5 type of vibes, right? Right. I mean, but your voice is like crazy good. Like that's like,
man.
Okay, so when you were accepted, when you auditioned, then you're like, all right, I'm gonna be part of this because you wanted to hoop, right? But then you're like, okay, I guess I got a voice. So how did you tell me how did you get comfortable? Because I thought it was so cool when I found this because I was like, what the heck? I'm like, this man's been singing since he was little. Like I had no idea. Yeah. I mean, and you're super talented. Obviously, you're like the main lead singer there.
Yeah. So the truth is, I never did get comfortable with it. I just just repetition over time. And man, I got so many like funny stories from back then.
Listen, I mean, I know we're on a time crunch with you, but I mean, we want to hear it. A funny one, whichever one you want.
Basically, just repetition over time. I really looked at it like a job. Like that's exactly how I didn't like necessarily love it. I loved the people I was around. You know, so it wasn't difficult at all. But it just because I had just got used to it, and it was just became my reality. So that's really all I knew. So, but I never had like a love or a passion for it because.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that's what I was going to say. That's so crazy. I mean, I love this story because normally you hear people like, I mean, I started singing and I just loved it. But for you to be like, I mean, I didn't love it, but I just had the talent. So would you say your like parents were like, hey, like, did they encourage you to do it?
Oh yeah, like, they weren't with me. They were like, yeah, you doing this. Like
no other option.
Yeah, ain't no other option for real. We'll let you choose like after this, but for now, and I'm glad like I don't have any regrets about nothing because like I said, the people I met, just having that experience as a child and being able to like make my own choices after that, it helped me a lot, and it kind of helped root me into this journey I'm on now as be Trenton. But I'm not here today without that for sure.
Part of your journey, right?
Yeah.
Now,
for sure.
I was looking a little bit, obviously doing some research. So did you start off like there, or did you start off kind of like with gospel music? Because like I saw or church music, or no, or was it a little bit of both? I don't know.
It was so. I guess initially, we were going around when I was like before this. We would go around singing in churches, but this was like my God. She just took like a few of us, and we would go around performing at various churches. So it was gospel music. That group, when we did the audition, though, it was supposed to be like R&B and gospel. Like they were supposed to mesh or whatever, but we ended up being more so like gospel based.
Okay.
So all of us were basically like well, I won't say all of us, but most of us were church kids. I wasn't necessarily a church kid, and who I won't put out there. But they brought us together, and it was more so like a mesh of R&B and
Okay.
gospel.
That's cool. Okay, so and then I mean we're gonna obviously get on to when you're older, but I mean I thought this was super interesting and fun because yeah, right. It took you down memory lane. I'm sure. Like I don't know. I'm sure you had a lot of memories on that. But like, so you said you were doing that for what age? You said 9 to 13, roughly.
Yeah.
I mean, give or take. Yeah. So what opportunities did that bring to you? I mean, did you like? Where did you perform? Did you meet famous people, or how did how did? No, you don't remember.
Yeah. I had quite a good time just being around. I remember one specifically, I was at like a vibe party, and we met Quincy Jones.
Oh,
So
how cool!
Quincy Jones was, he's talking. I don't know who these people are. Like I know who they
Yeah,
are, but I don't know
because
who
you were
I'm talking.
young. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm young, but he's
yeah,
just, talking to me and being, what I mean, encouraging.
yeah.
I remember we opened up for like
That's so dope.
In Sync. So I met like Justin Timberlake. We didn't
What?
we wasn't on the main stage. Let me get
Yeah,
that. We was on like the outside before you get
but
in there.
still.
But still, we
Yeah.
meeting him, and actually a funny story. Like the R&B singer Lloyd.
Yeah.
So he basically was about to take my spot, you know what I'm saying, in the group. So
Really?
because like I said, I wasn't really like, they were trying to
You're
find
like,
a way to like push me, you know what I'm saying. So
okay.
he was like,
Yeah.
and he was not playing. Obviously, he's hella talented, right? So me and him, when we were younger, I remember just us having going back and forth. It was all positive though. Like that was my dog when we was young. I ain't
Really?
seen
That's so cool.
he
Yeah.
might not remember that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's so many memories. We did like the presidential inauguration.
Wow.
We did like a Notorious Big tribute. It's a bunch of things we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I will say us being on Loud Records, obviously that's weird because it's like you a gospel group, but you on, and that's just kind of been my story. I've always been literally a gumbo of like that side, like the hip hop side and R&B and gospel. Like I've always been in that world. Like
I feel like that's kind of how it is, kind of, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not for everybody, but kind of,
Yeah, but it was definitely some fun experience. I remember talked with like Raekwon. Like I remember one-on-one conversations with him, and him just giving me like positive, feedback, and just telling me to kind of keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And there is one funny story that I'll share. we was on tour, so we were in one of the Loud tour buses. So it got like on the rapper on the tour bus, it had like Wu-Tang, Exhibit, you know what I'm saying, Mobb Deep.
Wow, yeah.
And so we got pulled over by the police because they figured they had, they was gonna find some weed or something on the bus. So they pull us over and they get on the bus and they see a bunch of teenagers listening to, gospel music, and they like, the hell going on? Like, is this a front? Like, what y'all got going on? Like, nah, we on the label too. Like, why y'all ain't on the bus? I'm like, hey man, we on the bus. We just ain't on the rapper on the bus. You know what I'm saying? But we signed to the label. That was just a funny experience because
they're probably like, what
y'all doing in this world? But shout out to Steve Rifkin for sure. He definitely gave us a great opportunity, and like I said, I wouldn't change anything.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Okay, so that's really cool. I mean, I love how you have, like I said, when I was doing my research, I'm like, oh my gosh, like again, this is why I love doing podcasts, because sometimes you see an artist, right? Or you see him on social media and then you're like, oh, cool, this seems good, or da-da-da-da. But once you talk and you hear like the backstory, you're like, I would have never thought, or I had no idea, you know what I mean? So I think that's really cool to be able to share that. So tell me when, I guess we could say, you said 9 to 13 roughly. Like, so when did you kind of like, all right, I need a break, or kind of fall off, like, being an artist, I guess, or traveling, or, touring, whatever you were doing? Like, when did that kind of like take a tour?
Yeah. So we basically like disbanded when I was around like 13. From my understanding, I guess it was like a contract thing or something. Like we was basically didn't want to sign the same contract or something like that. Like I said, I was a G. I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
We disbanded, but for me, it was like an exhale because there were opportunities to like go solo and all that afterwards. But I was like, okay, y'all told me I could kind of make my own path after I did this. So just with my experience, and like I said, I didn't have really a love or passion for it. I didn't even know if I could sing for real. I just knew people were saying like
They would just tell you you
Like,
did?
I'm thinking in my head, I'm just young. Like, you supposed to say that. Like, that's how I'm taking it. So I ain't really hearing them for real when they say that. But yeah, I just wanted to find out who I was for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because at that point, I didn't know who I was outside of a singer, and me being a singer, I
Yeah.
ain't have a love or passion for it. So I'm like, that ain't even
Mm,
really me for real. So
that's
I
crazy.
wanted that time to I guess be a kid,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
find something to be rooted in. Cause I
Mm,
mean, even though, like I said, I don't have any, like, thank God, I don't have like no traumatic story, nothing like that from
okay.
none of my dealings, but
Yeah.
I felt empty. You know what I mean? Like, I
Mm,
had that
yeah.
feeling even as a kid, like, it just felt, I'm like, it's not real. Like, this feel fake.
Yeah.
I don't really know who my people are. I can't really
Mm,
trust people's intentions when they come around. And I'm picking up on all this just from my experience being in
yeah.
the industry. So it, like, I really had bad trust issues. Just people,
Mm.
like, wondering people's intentions and stuff. So I'm like, man, let me just wipe all.
And you were so young. So that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going into high school, so it's like
Mm,
the age you trying to figure out who you are for real. So
yeah.
it was a
That
bunch of a few worlds, and me just trying to find myself in it.
yeah. Well, I was just gonna say because you repeated several times like I wasn't really passionate about it. So like it's like I could I guess understand where you'd be like, okay, well I'm not. I'm like, okay, cool. I guess I sing, and and you're experiencing this, but at the same time you're a kid, so you're like, wait, like I want to experience life, like you just wanted to be a kid, like you said, right? And
Yeah,
I'm sure you hear things in the industry too. And I mean, I don't know, but they say you hear stories. It can be difficult. So I mean, that's crazy though to understand because like when you're out there performing and were you just kind of like, I guess this is all right, but like just weren't passionate about it. It wasn't like your dream, I
yeah.
guess you could
I
say,
mean,
right?
it's literally like going to work. Like, I was basically
Ah,
numb to it. So I'm like, okay, we got a show here. All right, let
mm,
me put the face on, or try and put the
yeah,
face on as much as I can and go perform.
that's crazy.
But I'm out here with my brothers. I know if I was by myself,
Yeah,
it wouldn't have
you
happened
wouldn't.
like that. But since I had
Mm,
my brothers
like you
with me,
had the group, yeah.
yeah, we was kind of like all for one for all type of thing.
That makes sense, especially being young. So and that's really
Yeah,
cool.
and I
So
was the youngest, so it's like these are
yeah,
my big brothers. So yeah.
yeah. That's really cool. So okay, so then you started being a kid again, went to high school and stuff. Like, when would you say that you came back to the music? Where did like the passion and love come back? You're like, hold on a second.
Yeah, so
I
that
got
actually didn't occur until I went to college. So
okay.
I was in I think I was like no, it was my freshman year,
Oh,
but I was at Georgia State, and I took it. Mind you, I'd always been like good with, I guess, words or whatever. So I
yeah.
I still wrote poems and stuff like
Okay.
that, but I never thought about putting it to music because
Like you sang.
I just
Okay.
wanted to remove myself from music altogether. So I had
Mhm.
no intentions of going back to music at all.
Yeah. But you
So
liked writing like
yeah,
poems
yeah,
and
but I
stuff, yeah.
loved writing. So I was in
Okay.
like a creative writing class in college, and my professor at the time kind of pulled me to the side after one of my some paper I turned in, and
Mhm.
she was like, she asked me about a phrase I used or something I used. It was like a metaphor. I want to say I used something like tattooed on my memory, like a painful
Mhm.
memory tattooed on my brain.
Okay.
I can't something of that nature.
Okay. Okay.
He just was asking me my mind frame behind that and what made me think to write that. And I was just like, I
Mm.
don't know, it just came to my mind. So she pushed me she was like, yeah, you
Wow.
might want to think about doing something with writing because the way you think when you write is like
Mm.
very unique. And I can tell you're not aware of that and it just comes natural to you.
Yeah.
But I've looked at a few of your papers. I think you should pursue, being an
Like
author
writing.
or something of that nature.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was, reassuring to hear. So I'm like, okay, I can
Yeah.
write. And I don't know how. I think honestly, I got tired of. I felt like college wasn't for me either.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I
'Cause
was
that
like,
wasn't your passion.
right, like, yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to be in school either. So I was like, let
You're
me
like,
see if I
and you know what? People, if you guys are watching, it's okay to change your minds. It
can.
happens in life. Sorry, go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, it's fine. And so yeah, I had the thought to see like, can I actually sing? Like, are these people just they
Mm,
just been gassing me basically? So I used to put out YouTube videos. It was just a black screen, and I would
really?
sing just to get like honest feedback. Cause I'm like, let me see if
Oh,
they like BSing me or whatever. So when I
like
posted
it would
those,
just be like audio. Like,
yeah, it's just audio.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So I would post those on YouTube, and I would ask for feedback.
Yeah,
And well, I wouldn't ask for feedback. They gonna
yeah,
tell you what
yeah,
they
yeah,
think.
yeah.
So I'm looking at the comments, and the comments is being, they being real positive in the comments.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, that's okay. So maybe I can sing a little bit.
That's
So
funny.
that just pushed me to, I was like,
Mm.
okay, well, let me see if I know how to like put a song together. So I started looking up
Wow.
instrumentals, and I
Mhm.
still got them around here somewhere. But like my first
Really?
ideas that I put to audio,
Yeah.
I heard those. I started playing them for like my people, my friends,
Yeah.
my family, and they were like, "Nah, bro, like you need to like this actually
Like, this is
good."
you.
So I'm
Yeah.
like, "For real?" And they were like, "Yeah, I'm dead serious. Like you need to pursue this for real." So that
Yeah.
was where I found my love, because I was
Mm.
creating my own sound. I'm creating my own
Like,
music.
you're
Yeah, I'm
creating
making
this.
it's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
true representation of,
Wow.
my thoughts, what I'm on at the time. And like I said, I'm writing every letter. So it's
Wow.
very personal to me. So
Yeah.
and I'm competitive as hell. So I'm like, okay, if I figure
Really?
this out a little bit, like I really want to be like figure out how to be good at this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was the spark right there when I was in
That's
college.
so cool. Dang, that's really cool because it's funny because I guess again I'm just intrigued like how your story started. You're like, let me see, and it's crazy because that you would say, let's see if I really can sing. Like you actually, people telling you singing on stage, and you're just like, I don't know. It's crazy how the mind frame changes, and obviously you're younger, but so it sounds like obviously you writing and wanting to create was kind of like what sparked you. Like, damn, like okay, I can actually because I feel like everything is art, right? Like even songwriters, like music, like all of that's art, So that must feel
Yeah.
really cool to be able to like I can write a song, I could make a song, And so what happened after that? Like how did you take off? I mean, I know I'm sure you have a ton of stories, right? But like how did you take off? Like how did you start collaborating, with people, or how did your music kind of get out there to the people? Was it just I know you said starting YouTube, but like did you start, I don't know, singing in gigs or writing for
Um,
people?
I didn't actually. I
No.
I had a vocal coach. So
Oh, did you? Okay, cool.
my old roommate, he happened to be in music as well. Like he was trying to be a singer also.
Yeah.
So I didn't play none of my stuff for him, but I just remember us having those conversations about
Yeah.
R&B, and he was saying he was messing with a vocal coach. So I
Okay.
told him basically, I was like, "Hey man, like put me on, like who's the
Yeah.
vocal coach? Like I need
Yeah.
that."
Yeah.
So put me on to the vocal coach, and she really like helped me find my identity as like B Trent.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Because
my
I didn't
goodness.
have a name or nothing before this.
Yeah.
So she helped mold me and really
Wow.
create, I guess help find myself in terms
Okay.
of who I was as an artist, like
As an
find my
artist.
sound, find what I'm good at, find
Mm.
what I need to work on. So it was like boot camp. You know what I'm saying? And
Wow.
she was like, when I came in the first, she was like, okay, yeah, you can already sing. Like we ain't about to really do vocal coaching, but I'm about to
Yeah.
like help you put this together because I can see
Mm.
vision basically. So she instilled that confidence in me,
That's so
and
cool.
being able to like just put out music. So that's
Yeah.
where it started. And that's kind of around that time I started making my own songs, and that's where So Be It came from, and
Yeah.
kind of started from there. And I just kept just
That's
kind
a good song. I mean, I heard all the songs. I mean, I saw. So you have what? How many songs do you have out? Because I know. I mean, I have Apple.
it's only like 3. Yeah, it's
I
only like
think. Wait,
3.
hold on. I think I had them here. I actually downloaded them. I'm not kidding. I was listening to them. I'm like, damn. Okay, this is really good. Like seriously. Hold on. Actually, let me show you. I have. No, you have 5. Well, you collabed with. Yeah, well, I want to ask you about that as well. But yeah, so Be It, Peach, The Makings of You,
Oh yeah.
Masterpiece,
Okay. For
and then you collab. That Is It Because I'm Black one, which is I think it's cool if we talk about that for a little bit too, because I know that, I think the month is appropriate to talk about that. But you could tell us. We could talk about that in just a second. But yeah, I mean, until like I said, special people who are R&B heads, I can appreciate it. You know what I mean? Especially nowadays. I mean, we won't get into that, but I'm like, gosh, I listen to music. I don't know how old you are. I was gonna say I'm really old. I'm not that old, but I'm older. But
40. Yeah, I'm 40.
yeah,
I'm
late
up.
40s.
I'm up.
Nah, I'm not old. Definitely Gen X over here. But no, but when you hear like old school R&Bs, which I still have on my playlist, and sometimes I listen to them, I'm like, God, I'm like, it just takes you back to this place like of man, I wish we were back there then still like in the 90s, you know what I mean? Where R&B was just, so it's really cool to find artists who still bring that soulfulness, if you will, of music. Like, and I like that's what your voice, and you do have a very unique voice because a lot of people can sing and do R&B or just sing songs. And again, a lot of talented people. But I feel like when you have a unique voice, and maybe that's what the vocal coach was talking about when she heard you, because all right, you got the voice, period. But how do you make it be Trenton's, I guess, right? To be
Exactly.
unique. And I think that's really cool, right?
Yeah.
So did you find yourself like, you're like, okay, I got something different. I mean, did you have a love for R&B, or how did that start as far as like choice in songwriting, like in the songs that you, like, did you have people that you looked up to, or like, specific
Yeah.
artists?
Yeah, I've always had a like special affinity for R&B. Of course, growing up, my parents, playing oldies, so I'm just memorizing
Yeah.
these songs. And then
Yeah.
D'Angelo, when I first heard
Oh,
Brown Sugar,
in
and
peace.
it was like one of those. It's probably like 3 times where I just stopped and what I was doing when I heard it. I'm like, who the hell is this? And that was the first time that happened to me. So I'm like, man, who is this? Like, why do it
Who is
sound
this
like that?
guy?
So he's my biggest inspiration for sure. And that
Yeah.
was the first time I was able to kind of like see myself in terms of an artist. He wasn't,
As an artist.
he wasn't the traditional, R&B artist. He wore J's, he had baggy clothes, so he looked like me. You know what I'm saying? And he was
Yeah.
talking about
Okay.
stuff that wasn't.
So you identified with him, like you're like,
Yeah, for sure. I'm like,
really
yeah,
cool.
this who is this dude? So that was a huge
Yeah.
inspiration, and just being able to find someone that reminded me of like, oh, okay, I can kind of see me kind of doing something similar to that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Which,
D'Angelo.
rest in peace, man. When I heard,
Yeah,
a lot of
to be
people are
fair,
heartbroken, but
I still ain't really processed
I
that far.
know, I
How long
know.
it's gonna take for me to like process that? But
Yeah,
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 so
especially like the story you're telling, like, an inspiration, like that's
yeah,
but you know what? You having that I could say connection with this artist, with D'Angelo, which is a freaking amazing artist. I love his music, his voice as well. I feel like he had a unique style and voice as well in the way he sang and
sure.
stuff like that. So
Yeah.
having that connection with him, which obviously again something we don't have control of, right? But like how has that inspired you to like just kind of continue as an artist? I mean, I don't know where you're at right now specifically as an artist, and you could talk about that or whatever you want to share. But like,
Yeah.
how has that like made you like, man, I really need to pursue this? And I asked this because when I've interviewed like I've interviewed Lourdes and a few other people that I met on Web3 as well. I know in the music industry, I mean, not because I'm a musician, but just because of people I've interviewed and you see it. There's so many rising artists, and like you have experience, you have history. But I know the music industry is not easy, right? Like as far as like to get your name out there, people to know you, like where would you say you are right now as an artist? And I know social media is also a huge thing right now, especially for rising, artists putting your music out there. But how has that been the experience? Like, where are you right now as an artist, as being Trenton? Like, where are you and where are your goals? Or what are
Man,
your goals? Sorry.
that is a
It's
man.
a lot.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
let's see, where am I? So right now I'm on a journey of like to be quote unquote be Trenton. Like I had to find something bigger than myself. You know what I mean? To
Yeah.
and I really feel like this is like my purpose on earth. Like I'm supposed to put songs that,
Yes.
like I told you, I'm not a spring chicken. I'm 40 years old. And of course we have ageism and things of that nature, but and I honestly I said when I'm 35, like I quit. Like I'm just gonna quit. If it don't happen by 35, I'm gonna quit. But
At
that's
30.
when the Remy situation happened when I was like right after I said I was gonna quit. That happened. So that's just a part of me. For me, that was like, okay, so that's me trying to live through my ego. Cause I want to put up a barrier of, or I'm too old to do this or whatever. But
Yeah.
I had to understand, like I basically view myself as like a bridge between the younger generation and like the older generation. Like I'm kind of like a bridge for that. And so I feel like my experiences are like I have something to put out there that's not heard, it's not really, because like I said, I'm happily married. I got 2 kids. So I've lived that kind of lifestyle where I can kind of speak about those things in different perspective and not be preachy, but just kind of say things that I experienced, mental health and things of that. You're not gonna hear from like 25-year-old me. Like I can't write the songs because I haven't experienced life for real yet.
Yes.
Just the things that I have on the upcoming project that I'm working on, and it's kind of all in the midst of this, but it's called "Don't Be the Last to Know." So it's kind of like, again, not finding something bigger than yourself. So and not being the last to know. So if you
Wow.
have a purpose, if you're supposed to be doing this, if you keep running into like if you keep having
Mm,
these huge affirmations, and that's what's really been guiding me because in my mind,
yeah.
like Bruce, who I am as a person, I
Yeah.
don't want to be bothered with anything where I got to put myself out there where I gotta, if I
Yeah.
wasn't be trending, I wouldn't have social media. I'd be a ghost basically. But
Yeah.
like I said, when
Because of the times.
affirmation,
Yeah.
when you have, what I'm saying, a Salam Remy telling you like, nah, you need to pursue that. When you have
Mm,
Dark Child telling you like, nah, you need to pursue that. When you have Rico Love telling you like, nah, you need to do that. Then it's like, okay,
man.
try to say like, nah, I'm okay, I'm too old. I ain't supposed. It's like, bro, that's not your journey. That ain't your decision to make. Put the music out there. As we've
Yes.
seen, it's plenty talented people who have, I'll say, done worse things than be 40 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna cracky. I don't know if it was
Uh-oh.
your.
Can you hear me?
Like I can hear you, but it's just kind of muffled.
Oh man, let me see. That better? Let me step up a little bit.
Let me see. Yeah, that's a little better, I think. Oh, stop.
Okay.
Let me see. Talk. Actually, talk. That's when it gets muffled.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure where I went in and out at, but
Oh yeah. Wait, hold on. It's like completely. Even your voice changed. I don't know. I don't know what happened. That's crazy. Listen, hold on. I don't know. I think it's because can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you.
Yeah. I don't know. That's weird. It just out of nowhere went muffled. I don't know what happened. Hopefully it could adjust. I don't know. Maybe sometimes the internet. This is what happens when we're live, but it's okay. But before you continue, I was just gonna say something before you continue. Hopefully the mic adjusts or the sound. But I think that's really cool what you're sharing right now, and this is what I love talking about when I say real talk, right? Because I think it's really neat. Number one, that you said, sometimes, and I'm guilty of it, where we're like, oh, I'm in my 40s, like, man, I should have done that, or I should have started when I was younger, or I'm too old for that, right? Or whatever the case may be. And it's crazy because when you look at statistics of people who are successful, many times their careers started like in their 40s, right? Like, and I always say this, like, we talked about this with Aisha Wu on the interview. It's like, says who, that it's too late, like, or I'm too old. And I love how you said also that now where you're at in the stage, you're a father, you're a husband, and your mental is completely in a different place, because you could look back at your experiences and be like, dang, back then, this is how I thought, or I was just in a completely different space. Now, I mean, you can appreciate, number one, your talent, right? You can appreciate, like you said, you have all these, very well-known famous artists telling you, listen, like, you have something to give the world. And I feel like I always say music is such a high frequency vibration, and when you have uh, a special voice like you do, it's unique. And like, I mean, you could hear the passion in your voice. I was listening to your music today, and I was just like, wow. Like I said, there's a many very talented artists, but when you have a unique voice like yours, it's like, wow, like you could listen to it all day and it hits differently. So I think that's really cool, because it does matter. Even if you're in your 40s, like, you still got that talent. You know what I mean? It's like, what are you gonna do? Like you said, if that's your passion, and we were given talents in our lifetime, and like we have to do something with them, right? So I think that's really cool. So let's check your mic. I think you said okay. Let me see. Talk.
Hello, can you hear me? How?
Yes.
Okay.
It just your mic got excited at the percent, because I was like, no, he's going like your voice literally changed. I was like, is he pretty?
Oh man.
No, but you're good now. But do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's really cool, because it's the more I feel like mature you are, actually, if you look at it that way, then it's like, okay, then I can actually make my music with intention. That's been my word for this year. Like, and I think it changes,
Yeah. And
So sorry, go ahead. You're like, where did I leave off?
right. But yeah, just again, like finding something bigger than yourself to
Yes.
put in this. And I just found out a couple days ago that Donny Hathaway, like, he had no intentions of being an artist. Like, he just wanted to be a songwriter. And I'm again, it's just like, who am I to like say what it's supposed to look like? And I always kind of aspire, because I mean, honestly, I could have had record deals like when I could have had a record deal. Like that wasn't ever a problem. But it's like, I ain't gonna say it never was a problem, but I more so didn't feel like I was in the space to where I could take that on. Like because I had been in the
like
industry.
mentally.
I'm like, bro, I ain't in no position. I'll mess that up if 25-year-old, B Trenton decides to, like, he gonna put himself out there. So everything happens in due time. And I honestly always had an affinity for like being a seasoned artist. Like I was kind of Actually, I was kind of getting a lot of pushback because I when I was trying to make music when I was younger, they were trying to make me, like how everyone was. So they were like, oh, you gotta dance, you gotta do this, you got, and I'm like, bro, that's
Mm.
not me. Like it's just not
Yeah.
me. Like, I don't see. So I had a hard time adjusting to that. But I
Oh.
always wanted to be more so like a like Charlie Wilson type vibe. Like when
Mm.
Dave
Yes.
Hollister came out, like a
Yeah.
grown, like that's a grown ass man
Yeah.
talking. So I want
Yep.
to
Yep.
kind of be my own representation of that, and not more so like I
Yeah.
didn't want to be young and turnt, if you will. Like I want to be
Yeah.
seasoned and like have something to say for real, because I really feel like this
Yeah.
is a like music is a language. So, and I got
Yep.
kids, so it's like I'm kind of
That's
mindful of
true.
what I'm putting out there, and I'm like I said, yeah, if you go to a restaurant and you eat some good ass food, you're not gonna ask how old the chef was. Like if the food good,
Yeah.
you're gonna eat the
You
food. So
you you can
that's
tell.
kind of
Yeah.
how I
Exactly.
feel. You know what I mean? I'm like, if the music is good
Yeah.
enough, that should be enough. And if it's not, that's just not the person that's supposed to hear it. But I'm not about to hide from
It's
the
true.
fact that I am who I am. Like I'm not
Yeah.
doing none of that. So, if you like the
Yeah.
music and you want to rock with it, I appreciate it. But I gotta
Yeah.
be me. I got to be me.
And I think that's so important that you say that, because number one, it's not how do I say, it's not common, because you can see, especially now, we won't get too into that, right? But like unfortunately, there's a lot of people or artists who just do anything just to be in the spotlight, or just to get their name out there, or just, and I feel like you saying, no, hold on a second, like, and maybe you didn't realize how passionate you were about it, but like that was part of it. You saying I want to be a seasoned artist. I want to really, whatever I put out there, make sure it's done with intention, basically. And that's kind of like what I'm perceiving from what you're saying. And I think that's really cool, because I feel like that brings more passion to your talent, to what you're wanting to share with the world, if you will, so, and you can hear it, and you could hear it in your songs. Like you could hear passion in your voice, in the songs, in the songwriting, the lyrics, like, and I think, I know, because music, like you just said, like, music is so powerful. Like you said, it's a universal language. I mean, music is just like just, you hear it and it either hits you or it doesn't, in a happy way or in a sad, whatever you want, whatever your feelings are, so I think that's really cool. So I do want to ask you about the song that you wrote, or that you collabed with Salam. Is that how you say it? I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Because I'm Black? Now, I heard the whole song, and I'm not just saying it because I'm interviewing you, but honestly, your part was like the best part, like in the song. Seriously.
Man,
no, and I'm not just saying that because, no, seriously. No, because I heard, like, I was like, I'm listening to it, because honestly, I had not heard it. I'll be honest with you, but I watched. I was like, okay, let me listen to it, and I'm listening to it. I'm like, okay, hold on. I'm like, since I had already heard some of your songs, and I'm like, okay, no, that's not him. I'm like, let me wait for the voice. And once your voice, I'm like, wow. I'm like, dang. I'm like, they should have given him a bigger voice. Hopefully, they don't hear. I'm not gonna watch this video, but you know what I'm saying. But like, I mean, what was that experience like? How did that happen? And what was your experience collabing in that song?
Yeah, so basically,
Or with that song?
major shout out to him, super solid individual. But he
Man.
put out a challenge,
Okay.
the Is It Because I'm Black challenge, and basically he put out a snippet, and you had to, everyone on social media, you made your submissions, and
Oh,
so it was a contest, and I somehow they chose mine to go with, and they blessed me and put me
somehow.
on that track with all those legends. So I mean, all I did was put a video up, man, and he held his word, and he did
Wow.
above and beyond, and
Wow.
put me on that song with all those legends, and I'm for sure grateful for that opportunity.
Because who was on there? I think hold on.
Man,
I'm sure
Anthony Hamilton, CeeLo, Black Thought, Selena Johnson, and I believe her father is like the original who made the song originally. I believe.
Okay.
I might be lying though, but Selena Johnson and I don't want to miss the name, but it's a Marley is on there as well. I don't want to mess his name up. I got to make sure I get it right.
No, that's really cool. Hold on, I thought I had it up here. Let me see. You guys definitely have to go check it out. I mean, that's such a great opportunity. Also, because that's how, like, is that how you came on the whole culture cards with what's his name? Fred.
Oh man,
my god,
Frenchie.
Frenchie, yes, I always forget his name. Okay, yeah, so it says
Frenchie, man.
Stephen Marley, Anthony Hamilton.
Stephen Marley, that's what it was.
Yeah, Black Thought, Selena Johnson. Yeah, that's so cool. How was that experience? I mean, that's you have to feel, I mean, like you said, I don't know, somehow they pick me, but you have to be like, dang, like, no, they picked me. You have to know. I mean,
And
imagine how many, I can't even imagine how many people submissions of the videos there were. But like
yeah,
that has to feel good to be like, dang, like I got
yeah,
chosen. You know what I mean?
yeah. And like I said, I before that, I still remember the conversation. I was on the phone with one of my brothers, my partner Dave, and I was telling him like, yeah, bro, I'm done. Like I'm just gonna kind of fall
Really?
back. And I started just putting, and my partner step two, and I just started putting out my ideas because I was like, okay, I'm just
Uh-huh.
gonna be a songwriter. Like, okay, it's not meant to be. I ain't supposed to be a artist,
Yeah,
clearly. And
that's
this
crazy.
happens, like 2 months after that, and it's just a wake up call again. To like, stop trying to tell your story and just
Yeah,
do what you're supposed to do. You keep trying to tell your story. That's why you're getting frustrated.
yeah.
That's why you're getting lost in,
Mm,
whatever, because you keep trying to tell
yeah.
the story. It's a higher
Mm,
purpose going on right now. It's more than what you
yep.
can see. So do your part, and the rest will take
Yeah.
care of itself. And do it with intention. And you know what I'm saying? Do it
Yeah.
out of love and not out of, you know,
Yeah.
wanting to be rich or wanting to be famous and nothing. Like, nah, just be
Yeah.
pure and you'll get pure things back to you. And that's what's been happening
That
for me.
part. Wow. And see, and I love that you say that because that is so important. Like I said, like I mentioned earlier, you do see a lot of artists, even young ones, they'll just do anything, to be recognized, if you will, or to have
Yeah.
opportunities. But I feel like you said something, and I feel like that's a core, um, I don't know what word it is, like to have even just in life in general, right? Like to be who you are, to understand like the talent that was been given to you and the passion that has been given to you, that you're like, listen, I'm on this earth and this is what I've been given. And I talk about that probably in every podcast where we talk about like, hey, you don't want to leave this earth, and God or universe, whatever people believe in, right? Say, hey, what happened to what I gave you? You know what I mean? Like I gave you something, and what'd you do with it? Right?
Did I
And
tell
I
you
and
you
like
were
you,
too old to do whatever you saying? I didn't tell you that. You told you that.
yeah, exactly. And
I
because you
said,
just
yeah.
said like
I didn't tell you to stop.
about
Yeah.
to, yeah, you were about to quit, and then look at how crazy that is, right? Because it's like you're about to quit several times. You're like, maybe I'm not meant to it, but God, universe said, listen, you're hard headed. Look, let me tell you, you need to use what I've given you, and I think that's really cool. And this is why you've had these amazing opportunities, But when you said somehow they picked you, no, you have to be like, you know what? Okay, this is they picked me for a reason, and I think that's really neat, the experiences you have, because I feel like, I mean, I can't speak for you, but I'm sure, I don't know, like what you learned from that, like you just collabing with these artists, like how was that for you, like as far as an
Um,
artist, like push you to do
it
more,
was
choose to
it was definitely, like I said, a affirmation that I needed to keep going, and
yeah.
to be in, like I said, just more so a reminder to be intentional, because the weight and the gravity of the
Mhm.
song itself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, again,
Yeah.
25-year-old me, I couldn't really appreciate a song like that. But
Yeah.
35-year-old me, you know what I mean? That's why I get
Yeah.
delivered. That's why I when
Mm.
I'm listening to artists, because I'm always a fan first, the
I
biggest,
love that.
most important thing to me, and that I take this to heart as well, is to
Mhm.
sound like to mean what you're singing about. So if you
Yes.
sing it's no passion in it, like then it's like, what are you doing it for?
Yeah.
So you got to kind of go through things and see certain things
Yeah.
happen to kind of have appreciation for all of that.
Yeah, yeah. No, and it's true. That's what I was telling you earlier. Like, guys, if you guys have not heard his music, please go download it. It's on all platforms, I'm assuming, right? But I mean, that's what I was telling you, the difference when I was listening to you, because it's like I can sit here and input music because I love music, and you're like, okay, that's a good song. And I have specific artists that I like, but like your voice is very unique. I know I said that a lot of times, but it's true. And I think it's really cool because a lot of people have talent and they sing, and I'm not discrediting anybody, right? But I'm just saying, when you have that passion that you just talked about, like you could hear it in the voice, like you could hear it in the lyrics, like when you're the way you put it out there, it's like types that are like, it gives you the chills, or it just hits differently. And I think that's really important to say that, because like you have to, in a world people are always comparing or trying to be like somebody else. It's like, man, if you just be yourself and be true to who you are, like I could tell the passion that you have, now, with your music, and maybe understanding like, dang, like I do have a talent and it's something unique to you. I go back to your voice, vocal coach, saying, look, you have the talent, but look, you have to, maybe identify like what it is, and I feel like it's passion. Now, would you say when you write, it's the same thing? Like how do you get inspired to write songs? And have you written for other artists? I think you have. Have you?
Um, I mean, I haven't really written for other artists per se. I've written for like sync things of that nature. So it's still like my
Okay.
voice, but it's like some sync you'll probably
Okay.
see in Germany on House Hunters or something like that. But
Oh, okay. 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 That's what's so cool. That's really cool.
but yeah, so when in terms of how I write, really, and that's another part that I really love about the process because I'm not in control of that.
Mm,
And I need to,
okay.
that's honestly something I'm trying to hone in on to
Yeah.
not just wait till you get inspired or that you can't
Uh,
operate like that to me as a professional. But
oh,
basically when I get the first line, the rest kind of writes itself. So I kind of think of the first
wow.
couple of bars and I kind of
Yeah.
formulate an idea and kind of figure out where I want to land with what I'm
Yeah.
saying, like being intentional again about like, okay, what am I trying to convey here? Like, will
Yeah.
they get what I'm saying? Do I need to change? And I'm very kind of critical of my pen per se. So it might be
Yeah.
I might change up like a the to a if it makes more sense,
Okay.
if it's easier to say
Yeah.
or something like that. So I
Like you
try
want
and
to
be
feel it.
intentional with that. But yeah, honestly, it just I don't know where it comes from. It just
Yeah.
I
You just
really
have
don't.
it naturally.
Of
No,
course,
but
all
but I
the
mean,
music I listen to, I'm inspired by all of that as well. So I'm definitely
yeah.
inspired by the
Yeah.
gumbo of
Yeah.
music I've listened to.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's really cool. And obviously it sounds like you want it to flow right? I mean, being a writer, I mean, I'm not obviously I'm not a writer. I'm just saying from what I'm hearing, you want it to sound right, to flow right. So the way you execute, I guess, if you will, the song, maybe you want it to hit so people can actually feel what you're saying, right? I mean, because at least that's what I'm interpreting just because by listening to your songs, by listening to your music this far.
Yeah.
So with that being said, so you've had a couple of collabs. If you had a choice to collab with an artist, who would you choose? Like
Oh man,
nowadays, obviously, yeah.
Jasmine Sullivan off top.
Ooh,
That's my
that would
favorite.
be dope.
Like that's my second favorite writer behind Stevie Wonder. Not like woman
Yeah,
writer, no, just writer. Period. I just
just
love
period.
everything about her. So
Really
Jasmine
good. She's
for
really
sure.
good. Wow, that's really cool. That would be watch. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I hope I just put it into the universe.
No, you just did. You don't hope. You did.
I
Watch.
did.
And when you do, you better be like, Cynthia, like, can I come on your podcast even though I'm not famous? Be like,
For
listen,
sure.
remember I said this on your podcast. No, I mean, honestly, the experiences you had this far, like, I think at this point, like, really, like, who says you can't? You know what I mean? Like, I know sometimes we say things and it's like, there's no way, but why not? Especially you're obviously people are seeing your talent. I've seen your social medias. The people when you go on. I think you go on lives, or I don't know what you do when people recognize like your voice and they like give you shout outs. And they're like, dang, like who is this guy? Like he's
Oh man. Shout out to Curtis
right.
King. Man. That was another like
Yeah.
huge affirmation and more so like the words he shared. Like not even the feedback, but the words he
What did
shared
he
when he
say?
basically just telling me like I have a talent that needs to be shared and kind of just
Mm,
pouring life into my
I love that.
situation and just speaking good words. And I
Mm,
do I was the crazy thing is I was laid in the bed, me and my wife who was laid up watching it. I was watching it live and I jokingly told her,
oh,
I was like, yeah, I'm about to put my song on here, like just messing with her.
you were
And
just messing around.
yeah, because I was watching, like I said, I'm a fan of his, so I was watching
Yeah,
his music
yeah,
review. And
that's so
I
cool.
was joking, but I was like, you know what? I kind of been trying to work on like speaking with intention and
Mm,
not just
yes,
saying stuff, being more mindful of
yeah.
my words. So I'm like, damn, you know what? I said it. I
Mhm.
kind of got to do it now. So I submitted it
See?
because I said it. So now I got to do it. I got to watch what I say.
Yeah.
So I submitted it, and man, the feedback. So me and her were just watching it in real time, and I was like, wow, like
That
again, just the words coming from someone who cares about music and is passionate about
and who
it.
you admire. Mhm.
Meant a lot, and it kind of again another affirmation like,
Mm,
okay, this is bigger than you. Like you gotta
yeah.
go forward and put more music out. And they did call me out for the lack of music I put out, but I for sure I got a
Oh,
project
I
on.
think I did see that. They're like, come on, like you
That
need to
was
put them.
that was pretty crazy. But yeah, I appreciate
You
that.
know,
Man. So shout out to Curtis for that.
yeah, because I was gonna say, I was about to tell you, B, how many confirmations do you want? How many? How many
Exactly. You
do
know what
you?
I'm saying? So it's like like I said, I'm stubborn, I'm hard headed. So it's like, man, just stop trying to control the narrative and just put the music out, man.
Yeah, yeah. But I do love that you said it, and I say this, highlight this because this year, especially 2026, like intention is like my word, and I'm trying keep it, like being intentional about everything, not just, just everything we do in life. I feel like when you do have intention behind the things that you want to do, that you're doing, like it changes everything, and you said that like you were messing around, but you're like, oh crap, I just said, let me do it. And look what happened.
Exactly.
Goes to show you. Somebody share this and tag Jasmine so on our social media. Watch, I'm gonna do it. No, but honestly, that's really cool. But I love that because it's just, again, when you have talent and the passion that you do, and you hear it in the voice, I think you have to, you can't be expecting any more affirmations, my friend. You're like, listen, you need to go forward. What is a question? I know we're getting close to the hour mark, but so what does your wife say about, like, because being an artist, like, what does she say as far as like your passion for music? I'm sure she encourages you. Like, what is her take on like you being an artist?
Yeah. So it's so funny.
He's like,
Matter of fact, she brought my first setup. So she brought
really?
my first inbox mini. So that's why I started recording, because she got me that
so
setup.
cool.
So she's very encouraging, and she
that.
kind of is like, everybody else looking at me like, hey man, what the hell you waiting on? Like, why you didn't put this song out? So she hears the stuff I'm working on.
Yeah.
And she just like, I love you, but I'm so tired of you like sitting on this music, and I don't know how many times you have to hear that you're supposed to do this. But again, like I say, it is all in due timing, and I feel like everything happened how it's supposed to. Every time she hears "So Be It," though, like when she got it on shuffle or something, she gives me a call, and she's like, "Why am I still working?" or something to that nature. Like she'll make a joke like that, like "Stop playing." But yeah, she's very.
You're like, no pressure.
right, no pressure with what's going on, my boy.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but yeah,
no, but
again, very supportive, and I definitely
that.
a root. I'm rooted in true genuine love, and that's what kind of allows me to like be out here and be myself and not feel no way about it. Okay, you don't like the music, but I still go home like my kids still think I'm the best dad in the world. My wife, I still got a person who loves me for me. And these things you can't pay for. Again, me being a jit and being in this industry, that was very important for me to find something. Like you got to find yourself before people tell you who you are. So I had to go find what was true and real to me. And you just need that. So I definitely appreciate her.
I think that's so cool because listen, you're saying, you're talking about, your talent, like the affirmation after affirmation, the opportunity after opportunity, I don't know why they picked me. No, you know why they picked you, and but I think it's really cool to have that support at home. I feel like it is 100% amazing because it's like you pursuing. She sees obviously the talent, and she, I'm sure, gives you a hard time. But like I think it's really, and it's something I talked about and I've talked about in other podcasts. Like I think, I don't know what it is. Like sometimes as human beings, maybe because of the way the world is sometimes, right? Like we doubt ourselves, right? Instead of being our own biggest fan and saying, listen, like looking at ourselves. I read this book, The High Five Habit, and she talks about Mel Robbins about looking at yourself in the mirror and giving yourself a high five, because it's really easy to give somebody else a high five, like, damn, you're doing great, you're amazing, like, and encouraging. But somehow it's difficult to do that for ourselves, and that's talking about anything in life, So as an artist, I mean, but I agree with what you say. Timing is everything, but sometimes, you do have to let it ride. But then sometimes we have the ability to do things like when you shared that music in the live, what I'm saying? That was already like a stepping stone to be like, oh, who is that? You know what I mean? Sometimes we can't just sit there and wait for the door to knock, But I know amazing things are coming your way, and I'm excited to see your success, whatever that looks like, too, because I think that it's different for everybody, right? Mm-hmm. But you're definitely extremely talented. Like I said, your music has not only you have a beautiful voice, you're very talented, like you have a soulful voice, a unique voice, but you could hear, like I said, the passion, the lyrics, everything, so I'm excited to see what the future has for you. So we are running at the hour mark. I'm very mindful of people's time as well, but anything you want to say, like I know you talked a little bit about a project that you have coming up, but like what does 2026 look like for B-Tran as far as the music in your career or life?
Yeah, so 2026, I'm dropping my project I've been holding in the vault basically, but I'm still like working on it
in the vault.
But don't be the last to know. And
Oh,
I'm just
I
looking
like that.
forward to finally being able to share this music, and to hear people's feedback from it, and getting out
Yeah,
my own way and just doing what
that
I'm
part.
supposed to do and not trying to control things that I can't
Yeah.
control.
I love that. And my gosh, you guys, if you're listening, that's such powerful words. Listen, I take a message out of everything. You said getting out of your own way, right? And also something else. I know I talked to my son about this a couple weeks ago. Like, I'm like, we have to focus on the things that we can control. The things that we can't, like, too many times we stress about that. But when you stop and you're like, hold on a second, that I have no control of this. Even sometimes in the timing, all I have control is of my craft. Like, this project that you have. I don't know when you're thinking of releasing it. Hopefully sooner than later. But yeah, getting out of our own way, because many times we're the ones in our own way. You know what I mean? Sometimes you do have opportunity after opportunity. And you're like, no, I need one more affirmation,
Right. Like, come on, man.
right? Yeah. Look at
Yeah.
you.
It's a saying that I've kind of told myself, and I remind myself, where God listens to prayers, but only answers actions. So you can
Oof,
pray all day,
that
but if
part.
you don't put any action towards it, then nothing's gonna come your way. So I got to put forth the action. I can't just hope and wish and pray that things like,
Mm,
no, you got to put the action out there. So I'm being intentional about that this
exactly.
year.
I love that. I love that. And again, you're right, in such a great lesson as well, because it's true. Sometimes it's easy to ask people, "Hey, pray for me," or and a lot of times it's like, imagine if that was the case, like it'd be like ding, 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 all the things that we want would happen. It's like, I think it's part of building your character as well as a human being, right? Because I don't remember where I heard this, where they said it's not about finding yourself, it's more like remembering who you are. Because if you tap into the core of, like, hold on a second, I love to do this. This is what makes me happy. This is what fulfills me. And you step into what has been given to you, then you're like, oh, hold on. It's always been there. It's
You,
just the, like,
I
right?
don't know if this is like the songwriter in me, but it's like thinking of it from God's perspective. Like you sitting here asking for prayers, and God gave you the answer like 5 years ago, but you just acting like you don't know the answer. And he's sitting there like, I told you the answer. I'm not even paying attention till you put some action
Yep.
out there. I've been gave you
It,
the
it,
answer. You don't want to put action. You just gonna keep praying. So you got to think
that
of it
part.
from all perspectives.
It's so true, because we be hard headed sometimes. Like, no, I need one more. No, one more. It's like,
Right. Like, hey, man, nothing gonna change till you change.
that part. Exactly. Man, what great conversation. I appreciate your time. Honestly, I'm excited
Thank
to continue following your journey. And I know amazing things are going to continue happening for you. Because like I said, like, you're naturally talented. You have a lot to give. And yes, get out of your way, because, like, honestly, like, you have so much to give. Like, I'm not just saying that. Like I said, it's very, not that, I mean, who am I, right? But I'm saying I love music, and I just, I grew up in a music household as well. And I think it's just, when you hear something that, like, hits, that you're like, like, you could just feel it. Like, not every artist has that. Like, you can admire someone who's a good artist, right? I'm not saying, but like, when someone has a vocal that you're just like, dang, I could hear the passion behind his music, the voice, like, that's something different and unique. So make sure you get out of your own way. When are you releasing? Or not the date specific?
Yeah,
Yet?
I'm not gonna put a date out
Is that
there.
like okay?
Step out on
Just
that
make
ledge.
sure it's before 2027.
Yes, I promise you it'll be before 2027, 1,000%.
Okay, cool. I love that. Well, I'm excited. You're always welcome to come back here and share with us once you do that. I mean, you have an open invite. Let me know. I'm excited. Anything you want to say for the people listening or people who come and watch the replay, and we'll go ahead and wrap up today's podcast. And again, I appreciate your time. Seriously, I'm very mindful of people's time, so I appreciate you accepting the invite and being here.
For sure. Just want to say thank you to anyone watching who gave me your time, and again, don't be the last. No, I will have more music out this year. I promise you. So just
You heard
thank
that.
you, and I look forward to seeing everyone's reaction to the music.
Excited. I love it. Yes, guys, if you guys are watching right now, we appreciate you guys who are tuned in. And if you're watching the replay as well, thank you guys. Make sure you share, drop a comment, let us know what you think. Make sure you follow. I think I put it on here. Hopefully that's correct on your social media. Be Trenton Music, right? That's
Yes,
on
that's
TikTok, everything. Okay.
Yeah,
And then
everything.
YouTube channel as well. Yeah. Make sure you guys give him a follow. I'm telling you guys, download his music on all platforms, right? Assuming.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So make sure you guys trust me, if you guys love R&B, you have to follow him and show some love. And I'm excited to hear your new music. And I wish you the best. And yes, your wife wants to, she doesn't want me working no more. Like, you're like, I'm working on it. I'm working it. No, but seriously, you're very talented. I appreciate your time. I wish you the best. And yeah, I'm excited to see and hear that new music. So thank you again. Thank you everybody who watched. You guys, again, make sure if you guys come back, if you guys do me a favor and just like this live, drop a comment, share, so more people can to listen to this, because I think it's so important to be able to talk to artists, because you hear the music, but when you actually hear the story, I feel like it gives you a different perspective. You know what I mean? So with that being said, again, Trenton, thank you so much for your time, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Make sure you guys follow him on all platforms, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks so much again. I'll see you guys the next time. Thank you, B. All right, guys. Have a good night.